can it be? Showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game, it's sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes along something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, June 27th. We're underway in our weekend golf action in the PGA. I've got a little tennis going on. It's about Major League Baseball today and the WNBA. 4 games on tap tonight. In our favorite league coming off yesterday, what did you guys think and do with our sports action? The soccer kind of took center stage as far as the competition is concerned, but of course the NBA draft yesterday, and NBA draft maybe not quite what it used to be, but the trades were still there a little bit. Still feels awkward, right, when the guy walks up there with the wrong cap on and does he even know where he's going half the time? And is he able to process what it's like if on 1 minute I'm a Detroit Piston and the next minute I'm a Denver Nugget? Who knows? But nonetheless, these youngsters have their lives changed and a few moves along the way. We have more NBA draft tonight with the second round, and we'll see a few more familiar faces. And how did your team fare? I'm looking for stories today, pretty much, with our action here. Just saw action here this morning, also underway, or this evening underway in the Copa America. We'll have 2 more games. We're taking the day off here from the Euros, getting ready for the knockout stages. And what a turn of events, or sequence of events in the Euro. Yeah, we nailed that draw. Who didn't? Guess maybe everybody was on it so much that they wanted to drop little conspiracy theories. Yeah, we were making a little joke of it, but certainly started to become a little bit of a story there from yesterday's game with Romania yesterday and Slovakia getting that 1-1 draw. Yeah, we called it, I guess, but again, it was very, very chalky. Just felt like that was the way it was going to go. So, hey, hello to everyone coming in. It's going to be a light day here, quick show. Quick show for us, probably 90 minutes. Maybe we can get in under 75 here today. We just have 9 baseball games and 4 WNBA games. What else can I look at? Oh, maybe 1 CFL game, a interesting matchup with the Elks and the Lions. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show for a Thursday. And I said I always come in with my golf selections, but I went a little bit light here. Just 1 outright today in the Rocket Mortgage Classic, and that is on Nick Dunlap at 70-1. Maybe I'll look to jump into something a little bit here down the road this weekend in this tournament, but without Scheffler, definitely had some interesting prices there at the top. Just not sure I was ready to get too involved this week with the event there in Detroit. They've had some weather. We'll see how it goes today. They're already underway, and there's already been a hole-in-one, actually. Oh, gosh, I'm going to see if I don't know if you care or not, but there was a hole-in-one already at the tournament. Let me say hello to some folks, and here, now you guys are rolling in. And who was it? Thomas here first. Good morning, sir. Could have been Lashley. Let me look at his scorecard. He's already 4 under at this point. And yes, Lashley had the hole in one. He started on the back nine. So he's 4 under after 8 holes, including a hole in one followed by a bogey. So, and 3 other birdies. So Nate Lashley on top right now there at the Rocket Mortgage. All right, Jeff here today, and hello to Nate. And I want to say hello to Travodon there. He's got that microphone. I'm going to say maybe Travodon has a travel podcast. I think that's a microphone. I said last time, and you're Travodon. Thank you, Don, for coming by. Juan here today as well, and Jeff did not like the soccer action, so maybe I had for once a few better picks here than than Jeff in soccer. Nunya here today. Nunya shared his disappointment with me and my favorite Olympian this year. I think there when I was bummed about my friend Loggy not making it to the Olympics. Thank you, Nunya, for uh, you're making me feel a little better with your humor. And here's Luis today, and Luis talking about that uh, action here. And hello to IG Paul and Tucker Boy. Haven't seen Tucker Boy in a few weeks. Thank you for coming by. All right, I'm already all caught up. I'll go over to tonyspicks.com. We'll roll the show. I don't think I have too much editorial content today, so lucky for you guys here that we don't have to get too much into anything too crazy. Oh, maybe in the WNBA, I keep saying WNBA draft, the NBA draft, and remember it will resume today at 4 Eastern and 1 Pacific. I think if I have that right, I'm going to check here with the little search. But the NBA draft will start a little bit early this year. Of course, I mentioned that we're in a 2-day format really for the first time. Whether or not this will be the case next, who knows? But for this year, second round at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, and quite frankly, that was to make way for the presidential debate tonight. So I think that's probably something that, yeah, even I'm willing to listen to these two duke it out a little bit tonight with those guys. No political commentary here, but I think I will be checking out the debate tonight on a light sports night, along with that WNBA action. And let me see. Go over to Tony'sPicks.com and check it out. Here it is with our top leaderboards. I want to shout out these leaders here. Bo Dunn. Great job, Bo and Solo Malone. 10-0, and Ruben Marlboro also 4-0-1. But I want to mostly Bo and Jonathan Malone. They give us their videos and everything. So I think that's a little bit more significant. We've seen these guys on the air. So 10-0 between these two gentlemen. Great job, Bo. Great job, Solo, yesterday on, to me, what wasn't an easy card by any stretch because, we did have a full volume of baseball, but really nothing else here that we were going to sell here at the site. So just a really great job. Hats off to those guys. Ruben Marlboro mentioned him there. And hey, Ramon Scott. He found his way to the handicapper leaderboards, 6-2-1. Felt like I should have been 9-0, quite frankly. To be honest, well, maybe let's be real. Maybe 8-1 though is realistic if I want to complain about the close games. But nonetheless, winning day again. Pretty good roll here right now for me. And so why not check me out today over at Tony'sPicks.com, and I'll have package going today, including I already have my first WNBA game of the day up. It's an early start, that first game. Just want to note here we do have afternoon baseball action too, after 3 p.m. on the East Coast, but day games here on the West Coast, and kind of a twilight game for the Braves and the Sox. But we do have one WNBA game at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 Pacific, and we'll talk about it here in a little bit. Also, two old ladies at Bet Consensus. They went 3-0. Jerry Lewis 3-0. Mindy Hahn 5-2. Ron Hahn 6-3. Ron Crawford 3-1. I don't know if Mindy Hahn, Ron Crawford. That's fair. There's Brandon Check 2-1-1. Tony T won his only play. Ben Ruhala 2-1 deep leaderboard. I said it was a tough card. Look at everyone smashed here yesterday. Tim Irwin won his only play. OG Cappers VIP won their only play. CJ Sturgeon. Everyone's in the look at it. 19 cappers in the profit. I think we only have 21 or 23 accounts running here. So maybe it wasn't as tough as I thought. But again, light volume here. So some were very selective. And those that picked the high volume had a good day. Let's check out. Hey, let's check out the weekly leaderboard, shall we? And see that Ramon Scott, he's so good. He talks about himself in the third person. And he's on top of the handicapper leaderboards over the last 7 days. 38-26 record. I'll take that. Up over 9 units. Really having a good baseball run. And I don't know, so far, I keep records all my life pretty much, but maybe it's become a little bit more apparent to me with Tony here, my third season of Major League Baseball, because it does seem like my baseball gets rolling once, the other sports kind of tail off and end. Not talking about WNBA, but talking about the major, NBA, NHL. Yeah, we've been in the playoffs for a while, but that's when my baseball started to heat up. So maybe when I start looking at these baseball games for staring at them all day long, we maybe get some better picks. So maybe I should just pick 1 or 2 games. We're not going to go that route. 9 games today, and we'll have, I would imagine, be able to get a 5-pack out of this card here. Maybe if we include the WNBA, we can get close to 7, but I'll have premiums here today. Jonathan Malone, 19-12 over the last 7 days. Nick Lagaretos, 19-11. Joseph Schultz, 18-11. Ruben Marlborough is up there as well. Last 30 days, it's Ruben Marlborough up over 15.5 units. Brandon Check up 12.25 units since rejoining the network. Here's Joseph Schultz up nearly 12 units. Ron Hahn, he's up 8.5 units. And Nick Lagaretos, 8 1/3 units. Click on the All Cappers tab. That's how you'll find the handicapper of your choice. Hottest cappers at the top. So let's roll with Ramon. And into the weekend, grab my 3-day all sports pass. Let's go Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll get you rolling here right now. I can only offer my best effort. No promises, but I promise to give you my best effort. If you want to go with me here this weekend, if you're doing fine, no problem. Hopefully roll with some premium picks, some free picks here in just a moment in Major League Baseball, WNBA, and more. But if you want to roll with me a little bit, maybe pick up one of my packages here. You support me on the channel. You keep me coming back, keep me doing a show. If no one buys the picks, folks, like over a certain amount of, several days, if all the subscribers disappear, I don't know, I guess if I go into a slump, that would do it. But if you guys stop by, I'm not going to do the show anymore. Okay. I'll just tell Tony I'm done, but we've got some great followers, great contributors, keeping me coming back. So thank you very much, everyone. And just to show you that WNBA play up there, I'll put in a package here today, I think. But there it is, Minnesota and Dallas, the first game up today. Just a strange day in the WNBA with the spreads, and we'll talk about it. Get rolling here in just a moment. Thank you for listening to my commercial for my premium pick service here at Tony's Picks. If you're one of those, hey, I don't buy picks from anybody, but just look at you're supporting me here today. Keep me coming back. Let's see here. what do we got? A few more comments here. Jeff's betting on the debate. Here comes Elliot. He says Cam Young. You know what? He was on a roll. He's still on a roll. He's already 3 under today. Looks like we're gonna have a birdie fest for sure. You look at the scores already. I mean, the thing's already lit up. There's a couple guys putting up birdies right now. I mean, we're not even 9 holes in, and I'm looking at a leaderboard with over a dozen golfers already with birdie or two in the bag. And stop Geo here today as well. Stephen Beer, R. Tom's here today. And Ziggy stopping by. Thank you. Yeah, we got time. We got time today, Nanya. No doubt. We've got time. We've got nothing but time. But you know what? That might mean a good day to just try to get a quick show in for once for Ramon. And tennis wasn't too interesting today, I thought, but we're down to, we're whittling it down. We're ready to head to Wimbledon here after in a couple of days. So we'll have exciting tennis action to kind of monitor here. I'm watching Gail Monfils right now taking on RBA, and Monfils keeps cramping up here. He keeps going down and spent several times on his back here against RBA. All right, let's go over to the games. I think we're ready to go. I don't know what else. My only commentary maybe was on the NBA draft. They've had in the past some great experts. They've kind of changed up I'm just talking about the main ESPN slash ABC coverage, right? Where maybe they've changed the personnel a little bit, but when I've got basically a top 5 or 6 player, and the main analysts who are supposed to give us a breakdown are saying they've never heard of this player, that's a problem. And they got rid of a couple of guys who really knew the international game on the broadcast this year. And when you're talking about the way the NBA draft is right now, probably shouldn't be removing those international analysts if the guys that you have on there don't know about the players, and just treating them as if, just do a little homework. I mean, look, I don't know about half these pitchers half the time, but I just go read a story or two and I can relate to the audience about this person. That is the job. I'm not. You guys compliment me. I appreciate everyone who teases me a little bit when I try to humbleize myself, if that's even a word. Like, I'm not a big expert. You know what? All I do is read stories and statistics and things like that, and that's how we become just like anything, right? So these people are just so into their own egos. They're not, they're going out to dinners and hobnobbing with people, so they're not spending the time. Hey, it's a boring life of a capper sometimes, right? I mean, look at me. I mean, just sit here watching games all the time. Wouldn't have it any other way. But nonetheless, those people aren't doing their homework, and it shows on the air. So I thought the coverage over on Stadium was the best. I mean, if they really just strictly down to business, that's kind of where the analysts I was watching over on Stadium Network. It's a small network, but you might know of it if you're a sports fan. I thought they had the better coverage. So, yeah, no, Bronny James in the first round. That was expected. He was not expected to be in the first round, and really even be a question here whether he'll be selected today. There's really only 1 or 2 teams that appear to be interested in Bronny James. So he may get selected today by that one team yesterday. And hey, everybody liked what the Lakers did with their pick. So that if this player who, maybe he's had a different road to the NBA than some, given his trajectory from community college to Northern Colorado to Tennessee, but Dalton Connect, that's what the Lakers need there when it comes to, their situation, and hope if he can produce any kind of shooting. We know it's tough sometimes for uh, a young player to come in and be a shooter, but if you can, free up the room a little bit and get him an open shot. Maybe Dalton Connect can be that guy for the Lakers. Want to say hello to Ben. Welcome, Parlay Pound King 214. Thank you, Parlay Pound King, bringing us his free Major League Baseball pick. He's got it in the game between the Twins and the Diamondbacks. Matinee today is going to go up against that rookie. Thank you, Parlay Pound King. Awesome having you here, Frankie Diamond. Also, Justin McKelvey here today as well. And 1K protection for. All right. Good to see everyone in here. Let's go ahead and get rolling with the games today because there's not a lot of them. We can get right through this. So, look, Stop Geo. I'm betting some of those. I did not have any NBA draft betting. Crazy enough. All right. You'd think Ramon bets everything, but not in the NBA draft here. All right, let's get the coverage started. Let's start with that game, shall we? Because it was just mentioned, I thought. Maybe a good transition here. You see Parlay Pound King making his first appearance, and I feel bad. Like I might be against Parlay Pound King. Maybe I should switch. We got a great new commentator with a cool sports handicapping betting name like Parlay Pound King, and I don't want to go against him here in the first game, but I do want to take a look at David Festa, the new pitcher here coming in for the Twins, making his major league debut today. How will Festa fare? I think I had a Festa back when I was in my. That was a Fiesta. That was a car, by the way, not a party. We had a few parties, but for Festa. Maybe the top pitching prospect in the Twins organization, number 5 prospect overall. He is a strikeout pitcher, no doubt about it. He's mowing them down actually this season for Festa. The numbers pretty okay, but I think this is a kind of an anticipated debut for him. Now, granted, it did take the injury to Paddock to get Festa up here to the major leagues right now, but I think it is a little bit of an anticipated situation here to see Festa, given the kind of numbers that he's put up there so far this season. So I kind of want to roll with him here and take a chance, especially with this card today. Not too thrilled, but man, Parlay Pound King came in here first thing and says go with the Diamondbacks. So I get it. We have Montgomery here on the mound, the left-hander for the Diamondbacks. For Montgomery, comes in with a 3.24 ERA in his last 3 starts, all wins by the Diamondbacks. Arizona's won 14 of their last 23. Twins are still pretty hot with a 9-4 record in the last 13. Now, we'll see how long we go with Festa, but even though maybe could be considered a bullpen game, let's just see how long they can get this rookie to go here. I think handicappers probably split right down the middle. Maybe we'll get your picks on this one. The Twins have gone over in 11 of their last 14 games. Arizona's gone over in 9 of their last 11. Montgomery has gone over in 6 of his last 8. So some big time numbers there for the over. Here's William. He wants the Twins today here. I think I might be with William. I'm going to check my late moves here and see, but I think I want the Twins also. Here's Ziggy on the under. And Jeff noting that strikeout, so we'll see. Will Arizona be up there free swinging? Our Thompson's on Minnesota here. Wow, a lot of Minnesota. So, look, I hope we don't. Please, Mr. Just want to say to our new friend, please do not leave us and please contribute. And you know what? In fact, let's invite Parlay Pound King to come in here and take a victory lap tomorrow. Should the Diamondbacks win? If I'd have known you guys were all over it, I might side with No, I want to roll with Team Steve. I don't want to say it like that. So you guys are all over it. Thomas is probably already dialing up the panel for this one. It's all Twins action from us, except for Parlay Pancake. And I don't mean to make light of it. I really want him to come back tomorrow and give it to us if that game wins, because I felt unfair about that. I didn't know you guys were all going to roll with the Twins either here in this one. But hey, we do have an under by Tucker Boy. And, look, at 9.5. Well, no, I think it's down to 9. What do I have? Do I have 9.5 on the screen? No, I have 9. Boy, 5-4 seems quite likely, doesn't it? It's going to be close for me on the totals. Give me just the Twins here to get rolling on the show. And looks like Jeff might be saying no line yet for this game. Okay. Oh, and there's Mike on the over there, so he's against Tucker Boy a little bit. I'm not sure on the total, so I'm actually going with a side here for me, and I'll take the Twins today with everybody, pretty much everybody. There's Solo in the chat and Darren as well. Hi, Darren. And Solo, great job yesterday. I talked about it already. Solo, scroll back if you missed it when I'm hooting and hollering about your undefeated day. And also another capper, and I had a good day as well. So the baseball here at Tony'sPicks.com, real strong. All right, first game up. There we go. All right, let's move on. We still got more daytime action here with the Cubs and Imanaga going up against the Giants here, and Justin Hicks in this one. And maybe it's a pick 'em. Maybe the Cubs are slightly favored right now. I'm showing the Cubs maybe just the slightest of favorites. I think the sharpest books are going to find this a little bit lower than 115. So very, very close to a toss-up here in this one with Imanaga and Hicks. Total, about 7.5 under 15. Let's go ahead and talk about these guys. For Imanaga, still looking pretty good. I know we've kind of talked about, his progression here, and when he's on the mound, it's been real good for Chicago, but of late, not as good as far as wins and losses are concerned, but nothing wrong necessarily with Imanaga, I don't think. Now, the numbers are starting to skyrocket, so there is concern. He has an 8.88 ERA in his last 5 starts. So even though Imanaga started to remember 7-0, I think it was, or at least the Cubs were 7-0 with Imanaga. They've won just 4 out of the last 7 games with him on the mound, and they're now 11-3 in his starts this season. That's still pretty darn good. He did face the Giants back on May 7th, allowing 2 runs in 7 innings pitched. A good outing in that one. We know the Cubs come in struggling right now with 13 losses in their last 19 games. They've gone under in 14 of their last 18. Hicks has also struggled of late with a 6 ERA in his last 5 starts. San Francisco's just 1-6 at home in the last 7 games with Hicks on the mound. He's gone over in 7 of his last 9 starts, although the Giants, they've gone over in 9 of their last 13, and they've been pretty much just a 500 proposition for the last 2 weeks. Under 500, actually. What are they? 5-7 in the last 12 here. All right, let's get some comments. I'll make a pick with the Cubs and the Giants. Here comes Thomas Lewis. He wants to go under in this one. We're looking at, I believe, 7.5 all over the place here right now. So did touch 8, I believe, and also has touched 7 over. So this was kind of run the gamut a little bit, but I don't know. It's 7.5. Here's Fernando going over, and our Tomps wants Giants money line and over. Stephen Beer first 5 under. Ziggy's on the Giants. Luis is on the Cubs. Frankie's on the Giants. Angelo's here today. He's on the Giants, and so is Jeff. And Thomas has already said that's enough for me. Giants it is. Consensus play number 2. Whoa, Giants today. All right. Get a few more numbers here. We got Tucker Boy going under. Ziggy says the line says you have to take the Giants in this one. You're getting them here at basically a pick 'em with Hicks. Darren going under, and Solo gives us his play. He's got the over. So, well, I don't know if the chat's anywhere on the total, anywhere with the total on this one. Quite frankly, if you guys want to roll the Giants, then maybe I'll just roll with the chat. Here's Ray Otachi. Good morning. And yeah, maybe the concerns, and that's what Ziggy is saying there, that because of maybe he says Hicks struggles here. His public enemy going over. He sees these pitchers and their big numbers probably here in this one. All right. Well, I guess I better fire here with this one as well, but I don't know if you guys want to go with San Francisco here. Maybe I'll just take the Giants with you at home and hope they win. Give me the consensus play with you guys. I'm rolling with the chat today in that one. All right. Next up, it's the Braves with Chris Sale taking on the White Sox. I think we know. Let's see. I have a White Sox pitcher, I believe. Chad Cool, the former Pittsburgh Pirate. I think that's what we're expecting here. Let me see. There we go. Yeah. Chad Cool here. Really cool. Really cool story to have Chad Cool back here in the major leagues. And he picked up his first win in 2 years of last, let's see here. I want to say, no, that's not right. I want to get this story straight because it is a nice story. He was out of baseball for a while. His wife was ill, and he was helping her. So I wish I could tell you more about his story a little bit. I didn't research it as much as I would have liked coming in, but for Chad Cool to be here right now, I don't even think he started with the White Sox this year. Yeah, okay, yeah, he did. So he was signed to a minor league contract in the off season and has worked his way back up to this. Okay, that's great. But again, his wife wasn't had a cancer battle, so he took time off to help her. And hey, sometimes you can learn a lot about yourself in a situation like that, can't you? I know in my life the impact that disease has had in making me the person that I am today. So let's take a look here. And I'm going to put Cool's name in there just in case. You might remember this guy. If you don't know who I'm talking about, you'll recognize the spelling. As I say cool, but I'm thinking cool here with the Braves. And look at that number at 310. In fact, I show one book even higher than that. I'm showing right now. This is going to be one of those games where if you want to take a chance and look, you're not getting a journey. Well, you're getting a journeyman in Chad Cool to a certain extent, but you're not getting a unproven or untested pitcher. Even if you think he wasn't the best with Pittsburgh, this guy certainly pitched a lot, but this is going to be one of those runaway games right now. The Braves are already up to 350 currently at 340 at DraftKings, 370 at Bovada. This is where, to me, I start looking the other way. I don't care if it's the White Sox going up against Chris Sale. I start to think about going the other way here in this one. The White Sox are definitely playing a little tiny bit better, aren't they? A little bit more credible right now what the White Sox have been doing of late. Yeah, we lost with them yesterday. We had the premium pick winner with the under in that game. Other premium pick winners yesterday, Miami Royals under. We had the Astros on the run line. We had the Angels. We had the Mariners Rays under. We had also Nationals Padres over, Cubs Giants over, lost. How'd that happen? It was 7 runs in the fifth inning. I thought, or sixth inning maybe. So, all right, this one definitely going up, up, up. Doesn't feel like I would want any part of the Braves here, even with Chris Sale on the mound and against the sorry White Sox. I mean, that's just one of those where the rent's too damn high. So, all right, if you want to. I mean, there's no value in it. That's all. How about that? There's no value in it. Maybe Atlanta's your side here, but I would probably think it ends up going over if it's going to be currently. I think is it down to 7.5 runs here at this point? What? Okay, no, 8 under 20. But what is Chris Sale going to do? Pitch a shutout here? Let's get your comments. See if you got anything. Braves and White Sox. And here's Mike says the Braves need a W, and William says the Braves doesn't want to bet on them. Here's Jeff. He's got the Braves on the run line, which is still a pretty steep price. White Sox team total under. Frankie's on the Braves run line. Ray says I'm thinking like Ramon here in this one. Maybe you just got to come back with the other side here. Ziggy going over. And yeah, I think you're right, Justin. I think he was he might have been with the Rockies last, right? Now I want to look. Oh yeah, no, he was with the Pirates for the last 5 seasons, or no, with the White Sox there. Man, he really took off there. I didn't realize it was that long that he took off. There are a couple of seasons there, so I might have the wrong stats up there. Let me see. Washington in 23. Okay, he played half the season. Okay, that's what it was. He was with the team for half the year with the Nats last year. He was with Pittsburgh, then Colorado, then the Nats, and that's when he took off last year. So definitely has a win since what I mentioned there. 2022 was his last victory. So it was basically taking off the second half of last season to help with his family. So, okay, Darren, first 5 under. And Solo says that doesn't matter if they are the I was going to think of some other, like the Savannah Bananas or something. He'll take them at getting this price. Here's Dre wants Atlanta, though, -1.5. I think he's saying -1.5 there. Nathan going over. Want to say hello to Twisted here today. And I wish I just had the things that Twisted made me. And Chad going with the Storm today. He likes the Storm to beat the Fever. Over me, we're going with a challenge there. And I gave my positions. And we'll talk about the WNBA here in a few minutes. So, okay, I guess I better make the call here, but I'll go over the 8 runs with Atlanta and the White Sox here with Sale and Cool. Yeah, maybe Cool will have a little bit of a bump here getting back, but again, I kind of like him too. And if it's one of those where if this thing goes up to like $4 or something, I can even get behind the White Sox plus a couple of runs, maybe whatever's close to a pick 'em. That might be what I'm willing to do. All right. Can we move on? Marlins and Phillies. In this one, you've got Trevor Rogers. You know what that means. Trevor Rogers, he has the worst, doesn't he have the worst winning percentage in the major leagues right now, or what? The Marlins, we know, are 2-13 with Trevor Rogers on the mound this season. And, well, I know it's going to be obvious here with the Phillies at 330-ish right now. Everyone wants to parlay the Braves and the Phillies. I get it. Um, Man, what's wrong here? I mean, you guys want to do up the Marlins bad like this? Well, I guess the bats, they're not coming through right now for the Marlins. We know how weak they are at this point. The offense seems to be doing worse and worse. Kansas City took them down yesterday. Consensus pick on the Royals run line. Hey, you know what? We had some other consensus uh, winners too. It was still there was some L's though too, man. We gotta be a little bit better, but we did have, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we have the Phillies yesterday over the Tigers for Team Steam consensus and the Royals yesterday? Good job there as well for Team Steam. Uh, in this one with the Phillies here and Wheeler 3.91 ERA and a 3-1 record in his last four starts. The Phillies are 9-3 in their last 12 with Wheeler on the mound. They've gone under in 8 of his last 11 starts. The Phillies have won 6 of their last 9 games. They've gone under in 6 of their last 8 games overall. The Phillies have won 11 of 12 series openers coming in. The Marlins are just 2-10 in series openers, but it's reflected in the price. We're dealing with $3 here at this point for Rogers. He has 10 starts in his career against the Phillies, a 7 ERA with a 1-6 record. That's not a small sample size, is it? Even if you faced a few different players, it feels like not great. Meanwhile, Wheeler dominated Miami in his career, a 2.79 ERA in 23 career starts and a 10-4 record. So it does feel a little bit lopsided, even in the statistics. Maybe you could get behind Philadelphia here. I did go out already and lay Philadelphia here, but I got them at the run line last night. They were down as low as 275 on the money line, and I knew it was going north for sure. So maybe I won't. Maybe I'll deal a total out with you guys, see what you have here. But I imagine you guys might be rolling with a little team steam, might to crush Miami. I don't know. Here's Phillies on the run line. Trevor, hello, Trevor. Thomas is on Philly as well. Run line. And I know, Chad, wasn't that crazy? I don't know if Chad's still here, but the 3 10-point road favorites. I mean, I was like going to make a joke. I did make a joke about a little bit on that on the show with Tony, but who would actually go out there and lay like 30 points on the road in anything? I guess someone would. I guess maybe I could. It should be 50-50 every time. So I guess you could end up on 3 road favorites. What, you know, what would it be? 27% of the time? I don't know. And Nathan says, yeah, Rogers comes in with a 1-8 record right now. Certainly, he has pitched a little bit better of late. A 3.82 ERA in his last 6 starts. It's really been about bad run support too, no doubt about it. But Frankie going over, Darren on Philly, Ziggy on Philly, and Thomas says it's our thing. On our third play here, the Philly run line. Oh boy. Okay, well, that sounds fine. If you guys want to do it up this way, maybe we can roll with Philly here as a consensus play. Man, you know what? I'll take it with you guys. That's what I'll do. I'll roll. I might need some plays today. Let me just hang on to this total here a little bit. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in the game with the Marlins and the Phillies. Right now, though, it's mostly 7.5. 7.5 over, except at Bovada, where it is an 8 flat at this point. So let me just hold on here with a few games. I'm going to need some premiums. We need to win. Need to keep this hot streak going. Hello, AOD. Nice to see you today. And Nate Yes, look at that. He said take them -2.5 yesterday. Look, I have the fills with you guys, right? Team Steam. We were on it. I was on it too. I know I said I'm going to take the money line because I'm scared, but I sprinkled it with you guys. Handicappers loved Philly yesterday, but today they love them again. All right, and let's see here with Jeff. He's talking about WNBA total. Is he talking about that last? Let's see, which game is he talking about there? Was it that last game? Because I know that I didn't get a chance to say it, you guys, but just we'll cover the WNBA a little bit. Let's go. We can get this show over with, or let's keep rolling here. Dre, Philly's over. Ray going, or no, Trey run line. Sorry about that. But Ray going over in this one. Public Enemy Phillies. So. And Thomas, I think he's talking about those WNBA games. No way do they go 3-0 when it's -10, -10, -10. All those road teams -10. And if anything, it does feel like the home teams. Sometimes. Well, sometimes they cover when getting double digit, but no, Stephen. The consensus pick is the fact that a majority, or I think what we've come to conclude is. At least 67%. This is I'm going to say this for Thomas. I think this is a way of this is what I feel. I don't think we have a set criteria. It feels like 2/3 if we have a big sample. Like if we have 5, 6, 7, 8 people commenting and we get a 2/3 consensus, then it's a pick. It's just a pick for our team. I would think that maybe if Thomas is looking at only a few people picking the game, maybe just 4 people or so, and they all pick it, then we go with it too. Maybe it's like 67% for if we get maybe half a dozen or more commenting, and if we get a shorter sample of just maybe 4 people, if 3 of them are on the consensus, it feels like it's a consensus. So usually we need, at this point, we've got 80 people watching here today, and usually get about 10 to 12 consistent commenters. So if we come to conclusion that most of the people in the chat, and not 5-4, not 6-5, not even 6-4. I think we need like a few more on one side or the other. That gives us a team pick for our group here, and we've been doing well. No, last 2 days I say it like I don't want to sit here and we have winning days and we don't have winning days. That does not make me feel. It feels like I'm not convincing enough But again, you guys have your own opinions. I think I said that the other day. I'm having deja vu. I said that like about 5 days ago. I felt like. Jeff talking a little more WNBA. Okay, I think that's it for that one. Marlins and Phillies. I'm on with Team Steam at this point. Gonna go run line here today again. And boy, the Phillies are just on a roll. How about the streak they're on to? Or not streak, but they are limiting teams almost exclusively to 2 runs or less. So it's not just about the Phillies offense. The Phillies pitching has been really good, man. Really good. Wow. Okay. Rangers, Orioles. Great matchup here, huh? With John Gray going up against Corbin Burns. Big favorite. A little bit of disrespect here for the Rangers. I mean, granted, the Orioles right now they're obviously really looking good, but don't forget, I mean, these are after all the Rangers, so they should be able to hang in there. I would think. Maybe we could look at the total here. Let's take a look at this one with Burns at home. For Corbin Burns, a 2.6 ERA in his last 8 starts. The Orioles are 6-1 right now with Burns in his last 7 starts. Baltimore, they're in a slump at this point. I'd call it a slump. Lost 5 of their last 6 games. Not really the form that we've seen, but they ran into the hot bats of the Guardians. They were able to get it done yesterday, though, for teams or for well, I had them here on the show. I gave out the Orioles here yesterday. We had the over as a consensus, or well, you guys did in that one. But here for Gray coming in, a 7.5 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's definitely been struggling. Gone under in 10 of his 13 starts this season. The Rangers have struggled in series openers on the road, just 1-9 this season. The Rangers have gone under in 23 of their last 34 games overall. The Orioles are going over pretty strong of late. The Rangers are going under pretty strong of late. So what do you have here with these two Rangers and Orioles? Widely reported steam. That total's stale. It's 7.5 pretty much everywhere you look. That's going to probably be good enough to put me on the under. I don't know if I can get with it here as a premium, having lost a full run off of this. In fact, I think there were maybe it was a little bit rogue, but there certainly were 8.5s that were heavily juiced to minus $1.20 or $1.25. Boy, I wish I was thinking back then what should be maybe because of the Orioles' good offense, the number came a little bit high. The Sharps got it. That's what they do, and I was not focused there maybe, but still, let's see what you got with Thomas. He's going with the Orioles here. Justin says, give him to me on the run line. Trey, he's got him on the run line as well. And yeah, Eric's saying, they're just not the same Rangers right now for whatever reason. They're not playing as well. I would just say, Eric, right, we do expect more. Here's our Tops on the run line. Frankie will take a flyer here with Texas, but he's getting overwhelmed by an obvious consensus play here. Once the chat gets going, we can't stop them at this point. Stephen Beer doing as well. He says, now that I know how it works, I'm part of the consensus. And Stephen, you've always been part of the consensus. Okay, I see he put the asterisk there, 1.5. I thought he was saying, remember, I put this up, but I think that is a scratch that off of there. But the way our chat's talking, maybe we should leave it up there. Here's O's and under. Nate says, feels like Baltimore's a play. Darren's got Baltimore. All right, you guys take Baltimore. I'm not disagreeing with you here. I'm concerned about the price. I still want to give Texas some kind of respect here in this one. I don't know if I can find my way to Texas publicly, but Thomas has said it. And man, are we on every game so far or what? It's a run line too. All right, we're in 4 of 5 here. And look, I can't stop the consensus, right? I can only hope to contain it. We're a little under 500 here the last couple of days. Not Ramon Scott. Sorry, you guys. I should try to convince you. And Steven says, you still got to respect them a little bit here, but they really got to clean it up. 4 picks, says Thomas. All right, Yankees and Blue Jays. Feels like a good matchup here because Berrios is involved, and you've got Carlos Rodon here as well for these Yankees coming in. Yankees right now, they've lost 9 of their last 12 games. Carlos Rodon, he's been struggling. He's got 13.5 ERA in the last 2 games, but Yankees lost both of those games. Rodon, the Yankees have gone over in 9 of 11. Rodon starts this season. Berrios also struggling here of late, a 6.75 earned run average in his last 3 starts. Toronto also has lost 9 of their last 12. So both these teams kind of fading or struggling here, I would say at this point. Berrios in his career against the Yankees, a 3-7 record of the 5.12 ERA in 12 career starts. Rodon has had pretty good starts against Toronto, a 3.29 ERA in 5 career starts, 6 career appearances, a 3.29 earned run average. Yankees have gone over in 8 of their last 10. Toronto's gone over in 7 of their last 9 games overall. And Gail Monfils has just closed out here for a winner for me over RBA in my grass court tennis plays there. All right, let's get your comments here, Yankees and Blue Jays. Man, we're going to be done here by the bottom of the hour today. And then I'll be sad. I'm going to keep talking because I need you guys. I want to hang out. Okay, here we go. With Jeff wants to go over here in this one. Steven is a Blue Jays fan. And that way, I know we're on that other game, but says take the Yankees here. He says take a full game over. And Justin says those numbers that you gave Ramon for Barrios, a lot of it includes some struggles last year. Frankie goes over. Thomas is going over. Man, could over be the call here for you guys? I don't know. I think Dre, is this on this game? I don't know if it is, but if it is, but Ziggy went under, and I think it is this game. So we have some under support. Justin, though, Yankees team total over. Here's Fernando, Jays first 5. Barrios is 5-9-2 in the first 5. Rodon's 9-5-2 in the first 5. Mike says the Yankees are due. And I think that might be it for you guys on this one with Yankees and Blue Jays. A widely reported steam did come in on the under in this game. You see the total right now, pretty much 8.5 under. There is some 8 overs at this point. So Judge, you saw that home run yesterday. That thing was out of there big time. The Judge smack. So, okay, I agree. I will take the under here. Not much value. I think this was the other one that we didn't do any team steam on, right? So, I don't know if Thomas saw enough there in that total even. Looks like we'll back it off a little bit, and I'll just take the under here in this one. You can grade me at 8 over here with the Yankees and the Blue Jays today. Reds, Cardinals with Abbott here going on the road against Mikolas. We saw the Reds kind of mix up their pitching plans there yesterday when they, when they went with Ashcraft and they pushed back here Abbott, and maybe that wasn't the right idea, right? Team Steam, we were consensus on Cincinnati. I was on them. You guys were on them. They were a big favorite yesterday, and Pittsburgh with that pitching, as I said, they were going to be coming in there with a hodgepodge of pitchers, and they were able to get it done against the Reds. So maybe we should have saw that one a little better. All right, here we go. Reds and Cards for Abbott. He comes in here with a 3.86 ERA in his last 4 starts. Abbott and the Reds have gone under in 12 of 15 games with him on the mound. The Reds have lost 8 of 11 games coming in. Mikolas has been in good form, a 3-0 record with 3.26 ERA in his last 4 starts. St. Louis is 6-2 in the last 8 games with Mikolas on the mound. Where is our commentator, Mikolas? The Cardinals have won 13 of their last 20, looking pretty good here. Right now, they've gone under in 19 of their last 29. Mikolas has gone under in 4 of his last 5 games. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here. We see now mostly 8 overs out there, but it was 8.5 at a lot of places. So see a few comments coming in. Let's take a look here. It's Thomas going with the under in this one. Looks like Dre's on the under here. Our Tomps is on the under. I already said, that widely reported steam on the under, and this sharp group here willing to follow along. I don't know. I'm scared actually of the under, actually, you guys, and that's saying something from me, right? I just feel like maybe, just maybe, this closely rated game could end up being a 4-4 game somewhere along the line and spelling doom. Here's Ziggy on the Reds money line. Jeff will stay under. And it's Steven on the under here. Wow, a lot of unders, Mr. Thomas Lewis here in this one. And man, this is one where it is a lot of sharp, but I think I'm kind of feeling it with. I don't want to say anything yet because I don't want to get in the way of the chat here. Oh, thank you, Don. Let me check that then real quick. My bad here on that. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm gonna be changing on this. I'm trying to find some sources listing Montas here, but just too many are still staying with Abbott. And is that why he was scratched yesterday? Is that what I'm missing here? Wondering if that was why they ended up manipulating their pitching yesterday. I thought it was because let's see here. I thought it was because of Ashcraft being available that Abbott got pushed back. So let me see if I can't do. I might just stick with this right now, and if there is a change, you guys can maybe adjust on this. But I feel like I'm going to be sticking here at least this point because all the line services are with Abbott. Now, there's no doubt what you say, Don, is correct that Montas was listed here before the series started as the pitcher in this game. But because of inserting Ashcraft into the Wednesday, I believe all the pitchers were pushed back. So I'm going to check one more thing here to help my friend, because hopefully that's what you guys come here for. Rely on me to do some of this work. So Montas has been moved, so it'll be Montas on Friday, Carson Spires on Saturday, and then we're back to Hunter Green on Sunday, the way I see it right now. So that's just on the charts here a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Wow. Man, you guys are firing away. No losing streaks keeping the chat down here. Well, I better pivot then because I'm hopefully look, my position on this game is that you guys are on the sharp side here with the under. But I just don't know if I can do it. There's no doubt that the sharps are running hard to the under here on this game. The moves have been very, very solid on the under. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The moves are running about like a 12-2, maybe a 6-1 ratio. Moves to the under here that keeps driving this thing to keep it at kind of the 8 area. But man, I just am worried about it. All right, Tyrone Christopher, hello. Nate says Reds to score first. I'm gonna make the call here, and I better just pick the side. Is kind of what it feels like to me. I think with the Reds here as an underdog. Oh, $1.30. So, all right, it'll probably just be money line for me. Let me take a look here real quick at the current line. Yeah, give me the Reds at even money or better here in this one. And that'll be my play. Reds here today against the Cards. And you guys going with that total. Good luck. Couple more games here. Guardians and Royals. Nice game here. We know the Royals. Look, this is an important series for the Royals, right? Because we know the Royals are not as good as the Guardians here at this point. Guardians had a pretty good series. They're in a real good groove right now, and the Royals have fallen back here a little bit. And Not that they are, you know, gonna collapse here or anything, but this would be a nice series to at least stay with the Guardians, make sure they get some wins out of this. You got Waka here, nothing wrong with Waka. Everybody wants to make fun of him a little bit, but he's got a 2.45 ERA in his last 5 starts. Royals actually could give him a little more run support. In his 3 career starts against Cleveland, Waka's 1-0, 2-0 with a 1.02 ERA, 3 career starts. So good numbers. Royals have lost 12 of their last 18, but still pretty strong at home. 27-13 this season, 27-15. Royals have won 9 of their last 12 series openers. They've gone under in 10 of their last 13 games. The Guardians have gone under in 8 of their last 11. They've won 7 of 8 right now. Lively comes in here, good numbers, 6-1 with a 3.32 ERA in his last 7 starts. Cleveland 8-4 with Lively. Lively's been perfect in the first inning so far this season. Hey, let me catch up on some steam here right now coming in Major League Baseball. I think that's the first one we've had. I've kind of reported to you along the line the widely reported steam here on the show on the other games, but we haven't had one, I don't think, come in yet while we've been on the air in baseball. This one's going to be on the Minnesota Twins and Arizona Diamondbacks. The total is moving under right now. We talked about this game with Festa and Montgomery, and we're seeing that total being hit right now on the under. The 9s are gone pretty much, are turning into 8.5s here. No doubt at this point. I'm showing 8.5 flat at Bet Online, 8.5 over 15 at Bovada. So if you like under and you can get that 9, now is the time to do it. I'm worried here. I'm going to look into it in that game, but the Diamondbacks and the Twins in Arizona tonight, that total is getting steamed here right now as we speak. Under, and it's going to 8.5. So, all right, probably not a lot of moves also because of the smaller schedule. Let's take a look at your picks here in the next to last game between the Guardians and the Royals. Here is Frankie on Cleveland. Justin says, give me the over. Dre's on Cleveland. Thomas says, give me the under. R. Thompson's on the over. Ziggy's on the Royals. And so it looks like maybe not. I don't know if that's too much consensus here from you guys necessarily in this one. Feels like a little bit of mix here from you guys. So let me go ahead and make my selection here. Let's see. Jeff says Royals can't hit, but maybe he does like him today in this matchup. Okay. I don't know. I felt like maybe I want to try one more Cleveland here. But yeah, give me the Guardians here, and this one is my pick here in this one. I'll take the Guardians on the road, and they're still a favorite, maybe $1.15 or so. One more baseball game, the Tigers will take on the Angels, and this is going to be Davis Daniel pitching here for the Angels. Davis Daniel, he's actually he has pitched in the major leagues, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got a September call-up last year, and that was it. Final. Type it in here. Take a look at his base. He'll just be an opener, I'm sure. So go a couple of innings here. Yeah. Oh no, this will be his major league debut. Okay. No. He did have a call up last year. There it is. 2.19 ERA, 3 games he appeared in. So he's 3 games he's appeared in the major leagues. Currently, the former Auburn Tiger here making his first start, though, if I'm not mistaken. So going up against Flaherty, of the Tigers here in Anaheim tonight. For Flaherty, comes in with a 0.42 ERA in his last four starts. One of the hottest pitchers in the league right now. Tigers won all four of those games. He has pitched just 2 and a third innings in his career against the Angels and given up 10 runs. But, that's could be kind of fluky there, obviously, a little bit. Uh, Tigers are 6-2 with Flaherty on the road. This is a bullpen game for the Angels, no doubt, who have won 4 of their last 5 games. We had him as a premium play, believe it or not, yesterday over the Oakland Athletics. The Angels are just 15-25 at home this season. They've gone under in 7 of their last 10. Detroit's gone under in 9 of their last 12. Flaherty's gone under in 3 of his last 4 ball games. Let's get your comments in the game between Detroit and the Angels today. Here we go with Fernando going with the Tigers here. Thomas says, give me the under. Our Tumps says, I'll take those Tigers. Ziggy's on the Tigers here, and so's Dre. Fernando goes over, but Frankie goes under. But still, you guys are on the Tigers. Jeff says, give me the Tigers and the under in this one. All right, a lot of Tigers support here with Flaherty today, and it's a consensus play. On the money line, says Thomas here. You guys are going to take them with the Tigers on the road. And, I get it with the Angels here, but Detroit's only a few games better than the Angels, and you're laying $1.65. I'm not feeling that great about it necessarily. Maybe I'll jump on with you. You guys won't know about it. I'll take the over here as my play on the show. Look, this thing's gone to has it dipped to 7.5 yet? No, and I don't know if it will. It's at 8 here currently, but what do you guys got it at? Detroit, what, 4-3 or something? I'll take the over. I'm going to take the over here today. With who did I go with? Fernando was on the over. And a couple of unders in there, though. I mentioned Thomas and Jeff as well, but that's a consensus, man. 6 consensus plays out of 9 games in baseball, coming off of 2 rough days for Team Steam. Okay, let's do it. I believe in you guys. All right, I've got 4 games to look at the WNBA. Then we'll get out of here. I've already previewed the games. If you guys want to hang out, I've got 95 of you here. So, then some people tease, saying, Ramon, just keep talking, but when I've got 100 people watching, I want to keep talking to them. I mean, that's the name of the game. But if you guys are done with the baseball, I'm done with the baseball. Let's preview the WNBA. I've already previewed the games on YouTube, so you don't need to hang out with me here, but I appreciate you doing so. And, it's hard to find those videos or whatever, so I'm going to give you my picks right now in the WNBA tonight. 4 games. 1 game is a day game, 1 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, with the Minnesota Lynx taking on the Dallas Wings in this one. And I do have some premium picks, and including this one already loaded up. So let me tell you what I did on the show. I went with the Minnesota Lynx here. They are a 9.5 point favorite on the road. I talked about these road favorites here today and said, could you get behind? Could you? Team Steam member, lay 10 points on the road with Minnesota, Connecticut, and Las Vegas. 3 of the 4 games today have a 10-point road favorite, or approximately 10-point road favorite, and the other team's an 8-point home favorite that has gone as high as 10 and maybe come back a little bit. So really you have 3 lopsided games in the WNBA, and we have talked about them. League here being maybe currently at least a league of haves and have-nots. You don't necessarily want that, to be the case, but after you look at the way the standings are, Liberty, Connecticut, Minnesota, Seattle, Las Vegas, and maybe a red-hot Phoenix, not red-hot, but a Phoenix team that has heated up. And then after that, you got the other 6 teams that might be below it. Atlanta, Chicago, Indiana, Las Vegas, Washington, and Dallas. But we know, Indiana playing a lot better. Let's keep the focus and the pace here with this one. Uh, Minnesota's won 6 straight coming in, including that Commissioner's Cup game, the big money game last week. They got the big money by beating the Liberty, remember, 94-89. They actually played good defense. So that was a high-scoring game, no doubt, but they shut them down when they needed to, partway in the third period and then the fourth quarter as well. So the Lynx are 6-1 in their last 7 games against the spread on the road. Dallas is just 1-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. They have an 11-game losing streak right now. Does the Dallas Wings? They're not used to they're supposed to be better than this. They have the worst record in the league right now. They've fallen behind the Mystics here. Now, Maddie Segrist is out with a broken finger. That is definitely hurting them. Natasha Howard has come back for for the Wings to give them a little bit of boost. But here you got Arike Agumbawale for the Wings, and Minnesota's defense is really good. They've shut down some of the top 3-point shooters in the league. Arike Agumbawale is one of the players that should be considered one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, but Dallas or Minnesota's really done the job on those outside shooters this season. So especially they've got defensive stoppers like McBride and Carlton. So Minnesota here minus 9.5. I will take one of these heavy road favorites here in this one. I think Dallas is probably better. I don't think they're going to be, they may finish last, but they feels like they're better than they are showing right now. The injuries have taken their toll with this team. Here comes Justin says, the line may be too high. I'm going to try to grab the Wings, he said. Here's an under for our Toms. And no doubt, Jeff, that is something to consider. Probably should even be mentioned in a handicap, right? I mean, you're coming off the big game of the big money. You probably had to buy yourself a little something, or at least have a nice dinner after winning, all that extra dough. And here's Ron saying he's got the Lynx as well. 209 Valley stopping in today, talking a little baseball, said about all those Nerfies. All right, give me the Lynx in this one. Sun and Mystics. Here were Mystics. They got out of the cellar by sweeping Dallas. That's how they got out of the cellar and passed up the Dallas Wings to move into 11th place right now. The Sun lost 2 straight on the road. They lost to Las Vegas. They lost to Seattle, coming in 72-61 last Sunday. So the Sun has had some days off here. The Mystics have won 4 out of their last 5 games right now. Washington was already without 2 of their best players here for several weeks now, and now they've let me get it straight here. Because this has been the problem for Washington after, of course, Elena Deladon. Okay, so Carly Samuelson, she is questionable, and she has been hot. So she's really coming off 3 of her best games of the season, combining for 43 points in the loss against Indiana and then the 2 victories against Dallas. And now she is listed, I believe, as questionable for this game. Let me just pop it up here. She's out. So she's got a hand injury. So that's troublesome. Also, Aaliyah Edwards is questionable with a back injury. So Washington here, still problems. They are playing better. They're finding personnel to do a good job. I mean, so far, you got Van Loo has stepped up, newer players stepping up for Washington. I think this shows about their organization a little bit. They might be a pretty good, personnel evaluators is what it feels like to me. They're still so far back though, but really one of the hottest players in the league during this whole stretch has been Stephanie Dolson. She had 18 against Dallas in the first game, 16 in the previous game, and then 14 before that in the game against Indiana. So Dolson has been, stepping it up. She's really the one that's been called upon to replace Elena Deladon. So I think Washington is I give all these teams maybe too much credit. I mean, half the teams have to lose, no doubt, but I'm going to go under here. I think for Washington, the defense uh, against a team like Connecticut, where, out of all those good teams, we wonder the most about Connecticut's offense and where it's going to come from. Of course, Alyssa Thomas, but, between Dewana Bonner and Brianna Jones and, my favorite, Dejanay Carrington. Maybe the offense just is still kind of lacking the firepower to really get a big number up there. So even at 153, I'm going to go under here. Right now, it's even down to 152. So I think you could say it might be a little bit sharp. Connecticut's gone under in 7 of their last 10, including 4 straight. They've also gone under in 4 of their last 5 games on the road. And of course, I would say that the Mystics are the ones where they also may be lacking the firepower, maybe needing to rely a little bit more defensively to scrap a little bit and stay in the game. Okay. And you got a few comments here in this one. Under here for R. Thomas. Thank you, Thomas, so much. Great job. I'll show the consensus plays here as we get ready to roll off the air. But Ron wants to lay it, right? So look at this. We're laying it. We got more. Technically, we're kind of laying it on this game too. If you, I don't know if I am necessarily. I'm going to reevaluate, but my pick here is going to be on the under. All right. Here's the next up with the Aces and the Sky. And this one's widely anticipated here because of the matchup between the 2-time current MVP, Asia Wilson, and, well, is it her heir apparent in Angel Reese? I think if you look at the comparisons of the two players, it's hard to think that, why couldn't Angel Reese be a future Asia Wilson? Now, certainly she'd have to improve her offensive game, but physically there and look, there it's night. It's Asia Wilson is incredible right now, and Angel Reese has a long way to go. Even if she wants to tell us that the reason why we're watching this league is because of her, still, I would think that Wilson here in a pretty interesting match. Look at the line, right? I mean, talking about these road favorites here. This one definitely 11 everywhere. I said they were all 10s. This one, well, it's definitely 11. I don't know if I want the aces here, but it does seem like if you think about the depth of the personnel, maybe the aces could get a blowout. It's just that Chicago's playing pretty decent here. I know I've been hard on them here, but Kennedy Carter has improved. Now she's going up against Tiffany Hayes. If Kennedy Carter has anything close to some of the games she's had of late, I would be totally surprised. I would think against Tiffany Hayes that Carter's going to have a tough game. Quite frankly, it may end up being the difference between the aces getting the money and not getting the money. Now, Reese has been really, really great. There's just no way around it. You can't, say that she doesn't back up her game, right? What I say is, you better play better than your trash talk. Otherwise, you're just a sore loser. So, got to win these games too. But there's no doubt that Reese has been stepping up. This is the first meeting of the season between these two teams. The Aces come in having won 2 straight games here in this one. The Sky also won 2 straight, of course. Also stepping up for this team has been Camila Cardoso. Since she's been back, she's been a pretty strong impact player here. Marina Mabry also been excellent, and Lindsay Allen as well. Her scoring isn't necessarily there, and against Plum. she may be able, Kelsey Plum, look, one of my favorites, no doubt about it, could stand to play. The Aces seem to play defense selectively, quite honestly here. So I'm going to go under. I think this number is pretty high. We've talked about the scoring, kind of going up. Look, I'm getting a better number than this already. It's already 173, 173 and a half. The Sky just don't possess enough offense here. If it goes over, this is really going to be a blowout. But really, the Sky does not have the offense to make this. You look at that score, right? Are you really going to get a game here that's going to be 92 to 80? You think the Sky can get to 80 points against the Aces here? 82 to 7. Let's see, 92 to 81, 92 to 93 to 82. 93 to 82 is 11 points and 173. I don't think the Sky can get to 80 points, you guys. I got to go under. If the Aces get 100 on the road, the Sky looks like they can, the defense obviously is okay for a young team. I think with the Sky. Now, maybe not so much in the front court. I think Cardoso still has a lot to learn here. I don't think it'll be a long-term thing. I think with her size and her desire, I think they'll kind of fix that up real good. But Reese, you know, great rebounder, but putting really matching up and really being physical. I don't think she is that. I think she is more bark than bite when it comes to that part of her game a little bit. So, all right. I'm going to take the under in that one. And we've got maybe some comments from you guys here. Tim, stay tuned. I'll have a pick for you, especially for a first-time commenter like Tim Maxberry on the CFL tonight. Our Tom's going under. Jeff says, there's no doubt that steam came in on the over. Nothing I can do now. I'm on the under in this game for the reasons that I stated, but I do agree with Jeff. There was widely reported steam that came in on the over in this game. And Steven says the ace is here. And I think that's what Justin's saying here a little bit. Just that the personnel for the aces right there, they are clicking here. And it's not so much like we want to blow out Angel Reese, and I think it's just as the aces know that they need to start winning. And against the weaker teams, they know they can win. I don't think there's any lapse here. It'll be interesting to see what happens in this 1 month of play before they go to the Olympics. And if I could just say it one more time, again here as we transition from the Sky game to the Fever game. I know it's one thing that I've mentioned already twice here. Jeff, and why does and I think she's great. I really do like Cardoso as a player, but why does her mugshot though looks like she's a 38-year-old veteran? I hope that didn't. She's a lovely lady. So Stephen Beer says since Parker left, and yeah. Okay, let's take a look. So I want to just say again, so it's going to be awesome. Right now, there's no doubt this game is going to be targeted here, not this one, but I'm just going to say it one more time, and I'll say it a few more times over the next month. But the WNBA All-Star Game is going to be pretty cool if we get what is expected here on July 20th with the two players that, everybody thinks doesn't like each other. Maybe they don't, but we're going to get to see Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark as teammates against the United States Olympic team. And wouldn't that be neat if they could get together and pull off an upset? Why couldn't they? Now, the Olympic team would probably be 17 to 20 point favorites, I would imagine, in that game. It'll be the United States Olympic team against the next best players in the WNBA, basically. It's kind of a partly fan vote. Coaches, will help decide as well. But to me, it'll be the next 12 best players after the Olympic team. So why wouldn't it be Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Dearica Hamby, all those players that you see that were on the list of players who could make it to the Olympics if there was an injury, they'll be Team WNBA. And we'll get to see those two stars play with each other here. And uh, Reese dishing it to, or I'm sorry, Clark dishing it to Reese or whatnot. So that should be cool. All right, the Fever are going to take on the Storm here. Now, the Storm have definitely taken a little bit of action here, up to 8.5 or 9. No doubt, probably the better team. Well, we know they're the better team here coming in at this point. But I do believe the Fever is their rapid improvement is for real. I think because of the professionalism of a player like Clark. Now they do struggle defensively here, but Seattle, they played Connecticut. It was just 72-61 when they beat them. Uh, so the Storm have already beaten them twice this season, 103-88 at Indiana in that one, and also they beat them at home, 85-83 as a 5-point favorite. The Fever got the money in that one. For the Fever, they had that 4-game winning streak snapped by Chicago. Clark had a franchise record 13 assists in that one, but really the Fever have been racking up their wins against lesser competition, and here they're definitely taking on one of the top teams in the league, top 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. Right now we're still trying to figure out a little bit of the hierarchy here, a little bit of readjustment. I don't think we can necessarily just crown the aces at this point. The Lynx are obviously feels like they're equal, and the Storm is probably number 3 out of these West teams so far. So one note here: the Fever did cut their second round draft choice within the last 36 or maybe 48 hours now. Here, a little bit of controversy regarding this. Fans were a little bit upset because this player had become pretty popular. I'm talking about Celeste Taylor, the Ohio State player. And for Taylor, she got basically had to get cut to make room for Demiris Dantas, who's coming to the Fever to make her debut. The 9-year veteran, formerly with Minnesota, uh, been in the league, 9 years here at this point, but she had an MCL tear, so she's missed the better part of I believe maybe a season plus, and she signed with the Fever, by design here. So a veteran player, averaged 12.5 points a game 3 years ago. Right now, it'll be interesting to see. Maybe she's probably 5 to 7 points per game. Certainly more production, probably more experience than that rookie. The fans were upset. They're going to be okay with this. There was only so many spots here. That player does look like they will be able to stay in the league. Taylor, she's a defensive player that still has a future, it looks like, in this league, but there's only so many spots to go around right now. And this player, Demiris DeMontis, I don't know if she'll be the impact player that they'll need to cover this, but she's going to play. It feels like right away. They've taken her on this trip. She worked 5-on-5 this week. Not a lot of the sets, was they were saying, that she's participated in, but a veteran who knows her way around, and I would think that Dantas here can make an impact on this team with her veteran contribution. So Storm is Indiana's gone over in 10 of their last 11 games. I'm taking the Fever to hang in there in this one today. I do think that the Fever are the rapid improver. I would imagine by the time this shakes out, if they don't make the playoffs, they're just going to miss. Remember, pretty deep league. The teams make the playoffs in this league, but all right. Hi, Rish. Nice to see you here today. And maybe Rish is going with the Fever with me. We got the Fever for the flavor of the Fever. Fever sprinkle the money line since Steven today. And now Jeff here says he did like the over in this one, but it went a little bit higher here. Jeff, here's the thing, right? We know Indiana's game is all about filling it up, and they don't have much defense. I would probably, well, I feel like Indiana, even if they're losing, they're not going to stop firing in this one. I don't know if Seattle's in a that awesome of a defensive team to totally shut them down. I don't know if we're ranking Seattle that strongly defensively. Thanks a lot, everybody. I think that is the show. I've got that CFL play here by request. And I'm going to have to roll with BC to crush here against Edmonton. I know that Edmonton is probably going to be the choice of handicappers. They're playing a little bit better, but let's see. Is it a touchdown right now? Oh, it's 7.5, but that's okay. It is 7.5. It's maybe even 8. I'm gonna take the Lions to beat them up here, and I'll take the over. It's probably too high. This feels like a good teaser game to me in a little CFL. Why not? Can I make my official play a teaser? BC in the over here. We don't cover the CFL on Tony'sPicks.com right now, so I think I could kind of go with whatever I want. So, all right, if I'm gonna maybe tease this one, 7-point teaser here, 6-point teaser here, maybe make the Lions down to 1.5 or 1 or 2 or something and over. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna take a teaser as my play. What the heck? Have some little fun with the CFL when there wasn't much going tonight. Appreciate you guys joining me on the show. Don't forget soccer today. How about the United States and Panama? We better go with the United States to win. Now, can they cover a goal and a half? I think they probably could in this game. Will they? I think they might. I think they can get a 2-goal victory here. Look, the pressure's on the United States, and it doesn't look like this man can save his job here without at least of an appearance in the championship of this tournament. And I don't know if they can do it here actually at this point, but they've got a team they can beat in Panama. So let's just take the United States here. Probably no value, certainly, but maybe we can get to 3 goals. USA definitely can give one up, but we saw, I thought, a decent performance against Bolivia. You got to figure Captain America can do it again and put one in. Kristen Pulisic here can score for the United States and get this victory. All right. And as far as Bolivia and Uruguay, hey, I don't know if Uruguay can win this game by 3 goals. Could they? Now, they are big favorites. Bolivia didn't look that great. Uruguay certainly is going to be a pretty sharp favorite here in this one. But, man, I don't know. It doesn't feel like, the thing is about covering 2 goals. Now, you could get a little bit tricky and play the Asian handicap a little bit and save yourself some money just in case you get the win. But, man, it does feel like today, to a certain extent, Uruguay would have to get a 3-0 victory in order to get this game. So, feels a little bit tough here. I kind of want to go with Bolivia plus 2 goals. That's what I'll do. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining me on the show. Stephen Beer, Uruguay first half, USA money line. Mike's on the Lions with me. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, everybody. There's Eric. Yeah, Eric, we're going with that teaser, I guess. Hey, if I had to break it down, I'd probably, like I said, go BC and the over. But there's no doubt that it does feel like the handicappers are taking the points with Edmonton today. I don't know if I want to do that. All right, join me back here tomorrow for more Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Join Tony today on the drive-through 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific, right here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Tony with the Pick Dogs crew. Get you out of there before 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific with picks on the primetime games, because that's what we do here on the network, is bring you free sports picks. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.
Can it be showing up with with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel in these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this. Can it be showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel in these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated